welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, and today we are going to have another Windows 10 mobile-centered episode where we are going to play 3 different games again. And what we are going to play today is Ping Pong. So it's not Ping Pong, but Ping Pong. And we are going to play Stealth Helicopter Fight, and we are going to play World Mini Golf 3D. And of course I've got a couple of different things with me, which are of course like this, the Bluetooth mouse, and I have here, it's a Bluetooth mouse which can be connected to any kind of smartphone that supports Bluetooth, which probably every smartphone does, I'm not sure, but probably it will. Other than that, we have a foldable keyboard, which is this one, and in general there could be the Xbox One wireless controller or some kind of another Bluetooth or not Bluetooth enabled gamepad. It really doesn't matter, it depends on if you have a display dock like I am using here or not. Then you could, for instance, use one which is supported by USB or whatever you want to connect it with. And other than that, of course, everything we are going to see today is powered by my Lumia 950 XL, which is this one, a Windows 10 mobile enabled smartphone, which has a Mozo cover at the back with real wood and a USB-C connector at the bottom, so we are just having a USB-C hub in the end here. And as you can see, we have the display dock standing at the side here. The display dock is connected to the smartphone by a USB-C cable and to the TV by an HDMI cable, and like that we can have more or less the smartphone produce all the images we are going to see here in this episode on the big screen. And what you already can see here is that it is in continuum mode in the moment, which means that we can have more or less a smartphone powered desktop-like experience. It's more like less like that. So we can use the different interface or input devices I showed you. For instance, this mouse is now controlled by this one, of course, and so I can just move it around and do stuff with it. And of course, if you want to know more about all this technology and stuff like that, please have a look at the corner up there. There are more videos where I'm going to talk about everything more in depth than I can do it right now here. And other than that, I would say let's start with the first game. The first game is going to be a game which is played not in continuum mode, so in the end we are not playing any kind of game in this episode which is in continuum and powered. I could put one in, but I want to use that for the next episode we are going to do. So in this episode we are just going to use the mirror mode. To enable that, you will have to go to your settings or on your smartphone. It depends whatever you want to do there. I'm going to use my smartphone. I'm just going to click on the blue banner there. Then you're just going to go through the menu here, and if you go in there are display options. If you activate it, you can scroll down a little bit and there is extended settings, and if you go to mirror the device now, you can already see we are in mirror mode now, and we are going to play this time around with this mode just because the games doesn't support the continuum mode. Other than that, let's go back to our home screen here, and we are going to start with Ping Pong. It's a pretty small little game, but it's somehow fun, and if you like to have something that is more based on your reactions and how fast you can react to something. So reaction time is really something that is key in this game. So for that, I'm just going to go down here to my all apps list, and if I go in here, I can click here and put in, Ping Pong. If I do that, you can already see we have one game left there, and I can just click on this. The game is very, very simple and easy to understand in the end if you know what we are wanting from this game. It's really very, very simple, but a nice one. You can play it in 2 or 3 different difficulty levels, so easy, normal and crazy. I'm going to go with easy in this case, and just to show you everything. And as we already can see, tap here to start, so just tap somewhere more or less, other than any kind of button, on the screen and you're going to start this game. The game would be that the blue ball, at the moment it's blue, it will change color. At the mid here, or at the center here, is going to be bouncing up and down all the time. And all you have to do is, because you can move this one around, so those can be switched over, and you will have to match the color of the blue or the pink ball, depending on what kind of state it is, to whatever you see there. And if you get the right one and it's going to hit, then the big game is going on and you're going to play the ball back, otherwise you're losing. This is more or less the game. I'm going to turn around just to be able to do it in a little bit of a better way. I have to admit that I wasn't very great at it at the moment, especially because I'm playing with a Bluetooth enabled mouse in this case. So Bluetooth has a little bit of delay that is normal for a Bluetooth mouse, but it will sometimes in some games, especially in such games here, be a bit of a pain. So it's much easier to play this on with a touch screen, but on the big screen. But whatever, we want to play on the big screen, so we are trying it out anyway. I'm just going to click and then let's start. As you can see, we have to match the color, and as you can see, I already got over fascinated by it. And again, I think this is one of the games where you are going to get better and better if you're playing it longer and longer, and after a while you're probably being that good that it doesn't make any kind of sense to play this game anymore. But as mentioned before, you can go with easy, normal, crazy. So if easy is too easy for you, just try it out. As you can see, we increased my best time just right now by 1. And yeah, like this is more or less a game. So you're really going to only play this game to match the color. It's really something that you can play any time of the day. Anytime you have, I don't know, 30 seconds on your hand, you can play this and just get rid of that time. And yeah, there's not much more to tell you here. So if I go to crazy, I'm pretty sure, maybe later, I don't want to rate the game at the moment, but oh, okay. Okay, so if I want to go to crazy, I would have to rate it. I'm not going to do that. But we can play normal. I'm always then in this TikTok mode, more or less, so tick, 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 going, or ping pong, more or less, it's ping pong. In the end, in this mode that I'm clicking, and this is more or less what's hard to play about this. So make sure that you are really getting the right position there and just play it like this. It's going to be a little bit faster, as you can see in the higher mode, and maybe the switches are more frequent and not in the, in a very alternating fashion or something. So it's much harder to play it like this, and this is more or less what the game is all about. So let's go to the next game. The next game is going to be a little bit more, it's a 3D game, it's a fighting game where you are going to fight against other helicopters. You are yourself a helicopter with a pilot in there, and probably you are the gun guy or whatever, and you are going to be able to fight with a minigun, and you're going to be able to fight with some kind of a bazooka or something, and then you are going to try to shoot different kind of waves of helicopters out of the sky. And it's fun. It's a little bit too much sometimes for the smartphone, so you will have to cope with a little bit of a stutter here and there. That's normal, especially if you are going into the higher levels or the higher rounds, more or less, which are going to be fired at you. The first ones are pretty easy to play and pretty nice to play. After that, it's going a little bit downhill. But in the end, let's try it out. Maybe your smartphone is going to do it in a better way than mine, and so we can have a look at it. It's called Stealth Helicopter Fight. For that, I'm going to go back to my All Apps list here, which is here. If I click on that, I just have to put in the one less. Stealth Helicopter Fight Modern War is the name of it. I'm just going to click on it, and it should relocate itself, And as you already can see, RLA is a production company here, and it's going to be 3D, more or less like this. You already can see it. and you can just go to play, help or sound on, or sound off of course. So these are the settings more or less, and the play button is the only one that is really interesting for us. So I'm just going to click on it, move around. It's going to load a little bit. It's not the worst loading time or something. Again, a game that can be played with touch and with your mouse. I would recommend you to go with touch in this case. It's a little bit more fun, but not that this wouldn't be fun. So as you can see, we have some kind of a firearm here. Problem is, if you are going to play it with mouse, you already have to go here. And as you can see, we are now using our miniguns. Miniguns will take a couple of shots before the enemy fighter is going to go down. If you want to switch over to the bazooka, you can do that too. There's no kind of limit or something how often or how many ammo you have, so it's really more or less a no-brainer to use the bazooka too, because the bazooka is just going to be faster. And as you can see, they can fire at you for a long time. Oh, it's no longer moving. They can fire at you for a long time. This is more or less a health bar, and all the waves that are going to come at you are with the same health bar. So be careful not to wait too long. Even so, you can easily just something like this. You can easily take a couple of shots here. That's not a problem, but still be careful about it. As you already can see, there are different kinds of helicopters fighting at you. This is not really a problem for a bazooka. In general, there is one or two helicopters which are a little bit better. And as you can see, I don't like to play it with a mouse in this kind of fashion. You would have to play it with touch to be a little bit faster at this. But there are going to be different kind of helicopters. As you can see, this one, I think this is a Russian one, which just can take, I think, more than one shot from a bazooka. At least if we are living long enough, so I can show you, because this one is hard to fight against, but I think we just got him. Yeah, there you can see it. He can take a couple of shots there. I'm not sure if it would be better, easier, whatever, to use the minigun in this case, but whatever. In the end, as you can see, this is more or less a game, so a lot of firing at different kinds of helicopters. I think there are 3 or 4 different ones, I'm not exactly sure at the moment. And yeah, we are just going to die after a while, of course. It's pretty normal for a wave-based game. But I'm of course very bad because I just need too long to go over here. So this is a bad thing about it. As you can see, we just died. I'm just going to go out of this because of course the smartphone is pretty heavily under load with this game. I think it's also particles and stuff like that. But in the end, this is a game. Try it out if you like some kind of a war game in this kind of fashion and play it on your normal smartphone screen. That's much easier, much more fun than playing it with a mouse on the big screen in this case. This would be something that would need some kind of a different input device. So maybe, just let you know, maybe this one would be a good one. I don't know. But in the end, it's not supporting that at the moment, so we can't use it or try it like this. But of course, it would be very good for that, because here we have a couple of different joysticks in the end, or sticks to be played with, and we could of course fire different kind of weapons with our gamepad buttons there. So would be very nice to have that, but we can't really use this in this scenario. So let's have a look at the last game of the episode. The last game of the episode is called World Mini Golf 3D. It's exactly that, it's a mini golf game, and I like it pretty much. It's not perfect or something, it's a little bit simple, but in the end, if you're playing on a smartphone, a mini golf game or something, it has to be a little bit simple. So I really don't mind that much. Going to go over here and let's have a look at that game. So I'm just going to go to my all apps list again. Go in here. We are not going to play World Mini Golf 3D in this case, but we are. we are going to play this. So I have another one which will be covered in one of the following episodes, but this one is the one we are going to play at the moment. It's by Absologix in this case. Very, very simple game, again, for a mini golf game. So it's still a mini golf game. You can play this, yeah, fully, I would say, but in the end there's not much about something like settings or whatever. You can only have a look to mute your music or your sound effects if you want to. Other than that, just click on the play button. If you do so, you are going to go to the levels. There are a couple of them, as you can see. We can even switch over here and go there. So there are a couple of them to be played, and I'm just going to play with you. Let's start from the start here. So just give it a little bit of time to load in. It's normal that it's taking a little bit. That's just how it is. It's a 3D game in this case, and if you hear this music, then we are pretty much ready to play, sooner or later at least. There we go. As you can see, this is our game. We have a timer which we have to fulfill, and we have strokes, and of course in the end the lower the strokes the better. You all know mini games or mini golf games, and in this case I wouldn't do anything but just press hit. It depends on how long you are clicking, because if you can see it already, this depends or makes it harder or less hard, like the stroke you're going to do, how far it will go in the end. After that, click on next. Of course, you can go around more or less, so play in a different kind of direction and stuff like that. I'm going to show you how that is done too. So in the end, the first couple of games you are playing, it's always a good idea to just fire there, but I'm just going to move it around. So just press somewhere, and you can already see you can just move around in this kind of fashion. What I like about this is that you really can't do that much wrong or something. So, other than that. But in the end, it's really about being able to control it in a very, very meaningful way and a nice way with your finger on your touchscreen, for instance, and of course on the big screen. This just has to do with the way it's going to be played or how it's going to be working here. Some of the other mini golf games are much harder because you really have to go in each direction in a very, very meaningful and precise fashion, and I don't really like that. So in this case, we are just going to put in a lot less power to our strokes, and after a while we should go in and got it. 3 strokes, we got a score for that and a high score which we played. So in the end I already played 113 points here. We had 69 now. It depends on the strokes you're going to take, of course, how many you are going to need here or how many score points you're going to achieve here. And yeah, after a while you're going to get used to it. As you already can see, it's again something where you shouldn't move too much, but I'm just going to. We are not going to hit it or something, we are just going to run into the part there. But it really doesn't matter. The whole thing is I want to show you how this is done, so just move around, put it wherever you want to. Let's say something like this. Now I'm just going to move around, put it through. If I would have played it from the beginning without doing anything, this would be much easier. As you can see, your ball can jump up and down from some kind of ramps and stuff like that that you're going to play around with, or this little hill part there. Will of course throw it up in the air too, as you can see. And yeah, you can easily die if you're just going to click out of the picture here. Jump out of the picture in any kind of way. And just try it out. I think it's a pretty nice game, not too hard to play or something, which is a good thing for mini golf games, as mentioned before. And the funny thing is you can even go against the stick there, and the flag stick or whatever that is called, and play it like this, and that would be fine too. And I have a great score in this case, and think we will just leave it like this. I hope you had fun with this game and try it out. It's a fun little one if you like mini golf games and stuff like that. Other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, have a great time, have a great day. This is the end of the episode, and I will see you in the next episode. Give it a thumbs up if you want to subscribe, do that now. And of course, down below you can find any kind of comments and so on, the commentary section. If you have any kind of questions, whatever, talk about something, just put it in there too. Other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, have a great time, have a great day, and bye. Bye!